This one was to have been two of Bellator's top young guns trying to break through to that top tier at featherweight. Now instead, a new face enters the picture, one that always seems to have a smile.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, your first fighter ready to make his way to the cage, Ray of Business Wood.
In real life, there's something disarming about a person that is always smiling. When you're fighting one, it can be a little bit disconcerting. Ray Wood, he's that guy. So many young fighters, they protect their records, they have their coaches pick their spots for them. Ray Wood is old school. Ask him about not having a full camp, which he did this time. Ask him about prep time. Jimmy's got my favorite answer of all time. That's a pretty good insight into this kid that you're looking at here. He says, hey, if you fight someone on the street, you're not watching tape, you just show up and fight. And whether or not it's tonight, he knows one of these opportunities for him is going to pay off big.
And to keep in mind, he was supposed to fight on tonight's prelim card. He had a full camp. He had preparation. He just moves up to the big lights. But he's physically prepared. He didn't get that against Piccolotti.
Now, all he has to do is do something no one else has come close to doing, and that's beat this man.
And now his opponent ready to make his way to the cage, AJ, the Mercenary McKee.
We've become accustomed, and every walk is different for AJ McKee, of seeing stars rise to the top of the game. They grew up watching MMA in the early days. AJ McKee, he's the standard bearer for the generation after that. You see, he didn't watch Shamrock and Gracie fight to that 36-minute draw at UFC 5. He didn't watch it because he was too busy being born that night. 21 years old, born not with a silver spoon in his mouth, but rather 4-ounce gloves on his hands, seemingly from day one. Some of the legends of the game training with his dad right in front of him. He is brash, Jimmy. He stretches confident to the point you feel like he's just about to break it. But here's the thing. Every single thing he said he was going to do, he's done.
Yeah, and the way he's been able to do it is because he grew up in the gym. His dad is a fantastic coach. There's nothing in the game he hasn't been exposed to.
The Tale of the Tape brought to you by Dave & Buster's, the only place to eat, drink, play, and watch sports.
And look at the record, 5-0 for AJ McKee. Ray Wood said, hey, I was 5-0 once too. Everybody gets that loss. His is coming tonight.
To Michael C. Williams.
Bellator MMA presented by Miller Lite now features tonight's main event 3 5-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Brought to you by Spike Sports. We introduce the blue corner first. At 5'9", weighing in 145.8 pounds. His professional record, 7 wins, 2 defeats. Originally from Bucksport, Maine, and fighting out of Amarillo, Texas, Ray of Business Wood. And across the cage, his adversary tonight, fighting out of the red corner at 5'10", weighing in 145.8 pounds. As a professional, he's undefeated at 5-0, fighting out of Long Beach, California, presenting AJ, the Mercenary McKee. In charge of the action, your referee, Mike Beltran.
All right, gentlemen, bring it in. All right, gentlemen, been over the rules already. Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves now if you want. At the sound of the bell, come on out and handle your business, guys. Let's go. All the way back, Ray.
This is going to be fun.
That's a voice you have to listen to, Mike Beltran.
All right, gentlemen, first round. You ready to fight? You ready to fight? Handle, go.
Fight Clock brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Cheers. It's Miller time. AJ McKee has spent 15 minutes and 25 seconds in the cage total in 5 professional fights.
I said mirror images. You can see it now. Both guys unorthodox. They like switching stances. They like long-range attacks. They're both quick.
Ray Wood has 2 losses. One was in a regional championship fight in Maine, and that was in round 5. But he lost that fight. The other was the short notice fight and the submission loss to one of the other rising stars in Bellator, Adam Piccolotti. Ray Wood is drilled to the ground.
AJ said, I might have to go to my takedown in this fight. Don't use it that often, but he's tricky. I might have to take him down. That's exactly what he did early. That means he didn't like what he saw on the feet.
Ray Wood started reaching guillotine, so A.J. McKee countered to take some of that pressure off.
Yeah, I mean, you see he's keeping him from activating his hips.
Yes.
That's what makes the guillotine work. If I can control the guard, I don't have to worry about the guillotine. Legal shot, knee to the chest. Another knee to the chest.
Here we go. Use that jab. Double it up.
Oh, nice combination. Look at that speed.
So you can see it.
Both guys give you a lot of offensive opportunities because they're very loose defensively. See that hook over the top, another one. They both like keeping their hands low. Both like baiting their opponents in so they can counter.
That caught him.
That hurt him, going hard for the guillotine.
Ray Wood senses it, and now A.J. McKee, survival instincts, trying to clear his head here as he pushes Wood back to the fence.
Right in front of us. A.J. McKee hooking the leg, looking for the takedown. If he can lift him and he can negate the guillotine, can't finish it. Now he can be trying to clear his head here.
Yes, that's the best shot we've seen A.J. McKee take.
Pushing his deep, going for the inside trip.
And got it.
Problem is he can land in the guard, which makes it easier to finish the guillotine. Ray Wood's still going for it. And he's out.
He's out.
For the first time in his career, we're really seeing adversity for A.J. McKee.
We saw some in his third fight. He had a cut. It wasn't really fight-ending adversity, but his father was afraid it was going to freak him out when he saw his own blood and that he would sort of lose his composure. So these are those moments you just don't know how badly hurt A.J. McKee is.
And that was a mistake for Ray Wood to go for that guillotine. When you have a guy hurt, a lot of times in a grappling situation, he can clear his head and get back into a fight. I think that's what A.J.'s done. You don't know until it's over. Now going for a guillotine of his own. Only in half guard, hard to finish here.
This is where Ray Wood got finished by Piccolotti. Same spot in the cage.
One hook in, needs to pull him off the fence to get that other hook in to really get the choke. Good job escaping that hook. Nice move by Ray Wood.
About a couple of minutes have gone by since Ray Wood landed that knee.
Ray Wood has landed some good punches and a beautiful knee. Nice kick, another two of them.
Tried to jump knee again. This time A.J. McKee caught him and planted him.
But he'll see what he can do is throw that knee and maybe make A.J. McKee hesitate a little bit to put that head down, make him overthink about it later on in the fight. That's why he's throwing it so much now. Give up takedowns early, but he's letting A.J. know it's there. Man, that hurt him. You see here, A.J. getting the takedown, but not being that aggressive. Might still be clearing his head, not sure.
Every time we see Ray Wood, you see something new, something impressive about this kid. Wood not a great butterfly position. In the final seconds, we'll take off a fascinating round number one here. Jimmy, what saves A.J. McKee here, the knee just missed him. It's the shin right there.
Right, and it lands right by the ear. If that's clean, good night. This fight is probably over. And this position here, dangerous but not that dangerous. It gave A.J. McKee a chance to recover. Good body shots. Those are going to pay dividends in a long fight.
You ready to fight, AJ?
After four straight first-round wins for A.J. McKee, for the second straight fight, he goes into round two.
And tellingly, it's the first round on my scorecard he has lost.
Nice seen the unorthodox nature of Ray Wood putting A.J. McKee in a position he hasn't really been in before.
Nice
Good body kick, yeah.
AJ didn't like that. Oh, good spinning back fist. Now AJ's got some great front chokes himself. Very good from this position. Grappling with him, and that's what really impressed me, is good front chokes. Ray Wood has to be cautious here.
See Ray Wood, what he's trying to do is grab that left wrist of A.J. McKee. That's the one thing that we didn't know about A.J. What would happen the first time he took a good shot? He did, and he gives one there as he separates from Ray Wood.
Nice ankle pick.
There you go. Now hips forward. Hips forward, right hand high. Hips forward, right hand high.
This is now the longest fight of A.J. McKee's career.
Now, one thing A.J. McKee, when breaking down this fight, said, you know, I might have to go to my takedown. I think this guy's got weaknesses on the ground. It hasn't been one-sided on the ground. He hasn't just taken Ray Wood down and manhandled him, really owned him. Ray Wood has done a good job being offensive with his guard, avoiding big damage. He's done pretty well off of his back. It hasn't been a blowout.
First left elbow got through. Right elbow here towards the bridge of the nose.
Good ground and bounce so far by A.J.
A.J. McKee starting to pick up some steam here.
Turned his back, now on a wrestling ride.
Hang out right there. Keep your head low.
Curious to see if he tries to put the hooks in.
You got 3 minutes. Plenty of time.
You heard his dad just say, 3 minutes, plenty of time. Don't get desperate.
They have an unusual communication between them when A.J. is in the cage. It's almost like an advanced language that only the two of them speak.
You always want that with your coach.
I need heavy hips here. Your hips are under pressure. And work. Beat him up. Don't worry about the submission. Beat him up. Nice.
One hook in, Ray Wood staying close to the fence to prevent that second hook from coming in. He can't fit his leg in between that gap yet. Has to pull him off the fence to really get that.
Again, trying to sneak in for that choke.
Right now it's just a cross face, going across the chin, going across the face. He's keeping that one single leg in. He's putting a lot of pressure on Ray Wood. On momentum and just swung toward A.J. McKee.
Big time.
Can't quite sneak that other hook in yet. And what he doesn't want to do is sit up for big ground and pound and give Ray Wood an opportunity to escape out to that right side. Oh, nice.
Yes.
That one hurt him. You could see it. All those questions. Could he be composed? Could he be mature? Could he come back after being hurt? He's answered a lot of those because he's fought hard in this second round after getting hurt in the first.
In July, MVP finally lost his first round to Cyborg Santos, and he more than stayed composed. He broke the internet and broke the face of Cyborg Santos after that. A.J. McKee trying for the comeback win here.
And the key is he isn't going for anything big. He's just keeping the pressure on, nice ground and pound, winning the positional battle.
47 seconds. Just keep working. Keep working.
AJ keeping so tight with that waist cinch. Once again, that one hook in. Just enough to keep Ray Wood down. Can't really flatten him out, but keeps the pressure on him. Going crossface.
Always looking for what's next is A.J. McKee. And have we meandered towards 10-8 territory is the question now around round two.
Could be, and judges have given a lot tonight.
Yes, they have.
Not to me because
No fight-ending moment.
no fight-ending moment. One-sided, but no fight-ending moment.
As we arrive at the round-ending moment. They're competing not only against their various divisions, but against each other as they make their debuts.
That happens on teams, for sure.
Now, New territory for A.J. McKee. The first time he has been in the third round. Now, Ray Wood has been here before. In fact, he's fought championship rounds 4 and 5 on the regional circuit. You went 10-9 in round 2. The question is, did the judges? Clearly A.J. McKee's round. But are we even, or is A.J. McKee up one going into this third?
As far as A.J. McKee's concerned right now, it makes no difference. He can't think, all right, well, I want to draw. I mean, he wants to dominate. Nice takedown again. That's been there every time he's needed it. What we haven't seen is that flying knee attack from Ray Wood to kind of make A.J. McKee hesitate on that takedown. It hasn't been there in rounds 2 and 3.
Ray Wood, originally from New England, relocated to Amarillo, Texas, as his wife got a job at West Texas A&M, the former West Texas State. So has a long history of legendary pro wrestlers attending. A.J. McKee, you see the numbers on the ground where Ray Wood did his damage in round number 1. It was with the stuff that he normally does damage with, the unpredictable moves, the herky-jerky, spinning back fist, and then the jump knee was the biggest shot of round number 1.
Come on, explode when you go. Explode when you go. There it is.
Nice stuff from A.J., not letting Ray Wood have any space. Ray Wood got A.J. McKee's respect in that ground. Does not want to stand with him, wants to stay on the ground and beat him up.
There it is. Hey, explode. Sweep there.
Says the sweep is there. I heartily disagree. Very hard to sweep a guy from this position.
Why?
Because look at A.J. McKee's weight. His hips are in, his head is up. He's positionally in a better shot. Might be an Umaplata chance here. That's what he's going for right now. Can't get it. The sweep definitely wasn't there.
Back to the cage.
Look position, he's on the ground. A.J. hips low, chest up, weight forward. He's very good at putting pressure on. That's pure Antonio McKee, his dad.
The fundamentals are unbelievable in this kid. You can't ask for much more from Ray Wood than what he has given you here against A.J. McKee.
The problem is he hasn't had really the fundamental answers on the ground.
Watch the up kick. Watch the up kick. Hey, you got 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
And A.J. doesn't have a traditional step-by-step jiu-jitsu approach. He goes for a lot of stuff from funky position. He steps into positions that are unorthodox. On the ground is a lot like he is on the feet.
You call a certain type wrestler's jiu-jitsu. Could I take another step and almost call it MMA jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. There's very good MMA jiu-jitsu. And he's aggressive. Make no mistake, but Ray Wood doing just enough to stay in this fight on the ground, but hasn't found his own fundamental offense.
Talked about some of the old-time wrestlers that went to West Texas State, like Dusty Rhodes and Barry Windham and Tito Santana. How about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the modern-day one? He hosts Rock the Troops, a star-studded holiday event paying tribute to our servicemen and women. Matthew McConaughey, Kevin Hart, Terry Crews, and more. It's an all-star group, plus performances by Florida, Tenacious D, I love Tenacious D, Nick Jonas, and Leonard Skinner. That's something for everyone. Rock the Troops, December 13th at 9 here on Spike.
Rowan looks like going for a knee bar. Immediately, A.J. putting weight on that right leg.
For a young fighter, A.J. McKee's defense is so good.
That's excellent. Ray Wood just hasn't found an answer in round 2 and 3. He's been stuck on the bottom. Hasn't had any space. Hasn't been able to scramble back to his feet where he was so effective in round 1.
A.J. McKee just over 15 minutes in the cage in his first 5 wins, and it looks like Ray Wood's going to take them all 15 here tonight. This is a tough kid to beat.
30 seconds, come on.
Oh, nice suplex. I think you may have seen the Michael Chandler fight.
Did that go viral in a hurry? By the time we got to round 2 of that fight, that suplex had already gone viral.
It's already a GIF.
10 seconds.
So a new challenge for A.J. McKee, a new test for A.J. McKee to have to come from behind to win a fight. And it seems like he's done it. A.J. McKee tested for the first time in round 1, but he turned the fight around and got it to the ground, and you see what happened once he did. As A.J. McKee 6-0, Michael C. Williams will tell us.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your decision, we'll go to your 3 side judges. Your first judge, Todd Anderson, scores the fight 29-27. Dan Mathieson sees it 30-25. And Steve Armstrong scores it 30-27. All have it for the winner by unanimous decision and still undefeated AJ, the Mercenary McKee.
Only real surprise, 2 of the 3 judges gave A.J. McKee the first round as well. He stays unbeaten going the distance for the first time, but not the first time he's talking to Jimmy Smith.
I'm here with your winner, A.J. McKee. A.J., being a finisher, being young in your career, people always wonder, how do you handle adversity? How do you handle a long fight? You answer those questions tonight. How does it feel?
Feels great, man. I want to, first off, I apologize to all the fans. You know, I hit him with a left hand in the second round. I think I broke my thumb. So, hey, I'm going to be back stronger than better and better than ever. You guys know what I want. I want that belt. So let's cheer me on my way to get it, because I'm going to keep putting on a show for you guys. It's all about you guys, and I hope you enjoy the show tonight. So thank you.
The fight you were supposed to have tonight, Emmanuel Sanchez, a very tough dude. I know he's on your radar. What's your message to him?
Emmanuel Sanchez, you signed that dotted line, homie. You can run, but you can't hide. So hopefully if this finger gets better by January 21st, that Tito Ortiz card, I want it. That's my home turf. So, hey, you can run, but you can't hide. If you want it, come get it. I'm going to kick your ass just to say I did it, homie. So step in that cage and sign that dotted line again.
A.J. McKee, he's coming for everybody. Give him a hand.
Prodigy fighter and matchmaker as well. A.J. McKee goes to 6-0.